everyone, I'm Kara from the Bellwood Library, and I'm here today to show you how you can use our new digital service, RBdigital. RBdigital is similar to Overdrive and Hoopla Digital if you already use either of those services. However, what they all offer is different, and I'd like to show you some of the special features that RBdigital has. We're going to start with accessing RBdigital from our website. We have a few locations where RBdigital is listed on the website, but you can always find it on our online resources under eBooks, e-audiobooks, and e-movies. If we scroll down the alphabetical list, we will come to RBdigital. RBdigital has access for audiobooks, comics, magazines, newspapers, and more to check out. To create an account, we'll click here, register on the right side at the top, and a pop-up will come up asking for our first name, email, library card number, a username, and password. We will need to remember the username and password, as that is what RBdigital will ask for when we're logging in. I'm going to switch over now to my own RBdigital home page after I have logged in. You can see here it says Welcome Kara and has the sign out option at the top. As I mentioned, RBdigital has access to audiobooks, newspapers, magazines, comics, and some other things you'll see like the great courses, ACT and SAT test prep, health and wellness help. There's also these entertainment options up here where you can go to the Acorn TV for British TV, some indie movies, and concerts that have been live recorded. This at the top, these three white lines on the left side will be our menu where we can access any of those sections. We can also access information about what we have checked out, our account, the help section, and log out. I do want to mention that RBdigital is available on your smartphone or tablet. Whether it's an Apple or Android device, all you have to do is go to your App Store or Google Play Store to download RBdigital. I'd want to start by talking about the newspapers. I have already checked out the newspaper access, but it is unlimited access to thousands of newspapers, as it says. Once we're accessing the newspaper section, it will load something called Press Reader. Press Reader is a platform where we can go and read the daily newspapers that have been published. Just by scrolling through, it'll take us through the top newspapers, some magazines, and the United States section. If we want to look at all the newspapers from the United States, we can go there. There's also an option up here. There's also options through the categories, language, and region section to choose options there as well. If we wanted to start reading any of these, we would simply just click on the title and it'll load the web page for us where the paper is located. If we wanted to read, it does load in a page view where it looks like the newspaper actually looks physically, but it's not super user-friendly. However, if we were to just click on the page, it would load like this as well, and it still isn't very easy to read. If we wanted to switch the view, we've got two right here. It's listing this right now as it appears in print. However, as I said, it's not the best for a web page, and this view will switch it over to what they call text view, which flattens the page out and creates a web page view that is much easier to read. It does this by shortening the articles and giving you a glance at what the article is about. If you want to continue reading the article, you just click the green arrow and the rest of the article will load for you to continue reading. If you want to skip to any particular section of the paper, you just have to click on that section, and again, it will load up that section with the brief synopsis of each of the articles for you to click on the green arrow to expand into any of those sections. You can also click in this 18 more to find similar articles about whatever you have read. If I want to go back to what I was just reading, you can just press that back button. Now, if I wanted to read a paper from a different day, not today, I would just need to click up here and choose one of these days. All of these days that are kind of grayed out more than the others are available for reading. I'll simply click on a different day and be taken to that day's news. And again, I can just read through the paper. If for some reason I don't want to read or I'm still having trouble reading, there's even an option here where the paper will be read to me and I can listen to the paper. So if I press play,
on this block, she's a star.
and there's an example of what it sounds like when the newspaper is being read to you. You can also say that you like a publication and want to continue reading it, make it easier to find by adding it to your publications, so that when you go back all the way to your home page, you have 2 publications, or however many publications I have added to personally, and it'll be quick access for you to go and read those papers every day or whenever you're accessing Press Reader. So that is how you use Press Reader on RBdigital. The other thing that they have that's interesting and a little bit different than what we already offer is the magazine section. They have a very large selection of magazines available. I won't be able to go through all of the pages because there are just that many. And if I wanted to read any of these magazines, all I would have to do is again click on the link, and it's showing me the most recent issue, the May 1st issue. But if we scroll down here and click on all issues, it will bring up all the past issues as well, and we can go back and check out any of these issues that we'd like. Any of these issues are available. There it just says check out. And that goes for all of these. You can just go down to all issues. We can even view all this way. Clicking on any of these will take us to those direct issues. Now, once we've checked out a magazine, I do want to check out something a little different than Us Weekly. I think I have one checked out already. I have an issue of the New Yorker checked out. So we'll go ahead and read the New Yorker. Open that up. And I can just immediately start pressing the arrow keys and going page by page and zooming in to start reading. However, if I wanted to as well, I could also go to a table of contents. And over here on the side, they've got an articles list. They've got the full table of contents here for you to go and choose whatever link you want from whatever story you want. And you just have to scroll again with a normal web page to read the magazine article. I will briefly show the comic section that they've got. Again, this works much similarly as it does on our other services. You have the unlimited checkout of comics from Disney and Marvel, and there's Image comics as well. All the different titles. You can just choose to check out for 30 days. This will give you a whole month as opposed to the standard 3 weeks we normally have. Each of the items does have their own checkout limits. Some of them are 3 weeks. Some of them will be that full 30 days. I'm sorry. So here's what it looks like. Very similar to the magazine layout. This is how the comic layout works. There's obviously no articles that you can jump to, but you can jump to other pages if you'd like. And then, of course, you can zoom in so that it is easier for you to read. And you can just there we go. Move the page you need to follow a story. That is a brief introduction to magazines and newspapers and comics.